Hi teachers from all over the world. How are you doing today? My name is Tanya from TanyaTeacherTraining.com, and today we are going to be talking about how to prepare a speaking lesson, an effective one. If this is your first time here, teacher, I would like to say welcome and thank you very much. This channel is for you, so any comments, any questions you have, we would like to hear them from you. All right? So let's start, shall we? All right, so point number one, your leading. The leading is a quick, engaging activity for your learners to be ready for the lesson. Okay, a leading is related to the topic of your lesson. We said that we were going to prepare a speaking lesson. I'm going to be preparing my students for a debate in this case. So my leading is this. I'm going to put my students in groups and they are going to talk about the last time they argued with somebody because of having different ideas. What happened? What did they say? What did the other person say? Okay, just 5 minutes tops, and you can visit the breakout rooms in order to make sure that everybody is on task. That's point number one. Ready? Now, point number two. You are going to prepare your learners for the kind of oral text they're going to be performing. That can be a presentation, a conversation, small talk, maybe a commercial, a joke, a lecture, or like in my case, I am preparing my students for a debate. Okay, so let's think about the debate. What kind of language do people need when they are debating? What do people do when they debate? They agree, they express their opinion, they disagree, they interrupt each other politely, and they conclude. Now, think about the words you use when you express your opinion.
If we're not equal, then that you're inferring that one would be greater than the other.
Well, so let me
So that's
chime
what
in
I'm
with my
trying to-
perspective.
yeah.
As far as not being equal, I don't think that necessarily means inferior or superior.
What do you say when you agree with somebody? What do you say when you disagree?
Yeah.
I do believe that, of course, there are biological differences between men and women. And of course, there should also be legal equality. Of course, I disagree with the idea that women face.
And finally, what do people say when they conclude a topic, when they reach a conclusion, when they reach an agreement?
Very articulate.
Oh,
Eloquent,
I-
so are you.
Yes, thank you. Thanks.
Now, you're going to take all these phrases, all these words or language that people need for debating, and you're going to put them in a task. My example of task is this. I'm going to show my students an affirmation. Then I'm going to tell them to give me their opinion. After that, I'm going to ask one or two students to express their agreement or disagreement to what the previous person said. And finally, I'm going to ask one or two students to give me their conclusion about this topic. All right? Now, point number three. Once you have prepared your students with the language for the kind of oral text you decided, now you're going to prepare them with the vocabulary, the lexis for the topic. In this case, I have chosen the topic of feminism versus male rights. The 5 words that I've chosen are discrimination, equality, upbringing, rage, and overprotected. My task, I'm going to have my students prepare a mind map with the lexical sets with words related to every word I've chosen. For example, what words do you think of when I say discrimination? Find 3 words. Write them in the comments. Find 2 more words related to the word rage, and so on. Okay? Now you have students prepared for the topic and for the kind of oral text. Well, now our students are prepared with the language they need for the kind of oral text that we have chosen for them. They need to practice 2 times. So step number 4, the first time they practice. For this, my task is I'm going to put my students into groups and they're going to talk about a topic that is related to my main topic here. Remember, feminism and male rights. In teams, they are going to talk about children's toys. Boys' toys, girls' toys. Are they the same? Do we learn that we need to play with dolls? Or is it natural for us? Is it natural for men or for boys to play with cars? How do we learn that? Okay, so you're going to tell one person in each team to have a different point of view. Maybe I can have a boy and a girl, and then another person reaching the conclusion. Okay, you need to have at least 3 people in each team, if that's possible. Then they go to breakout rooms, they work together, they give their opinions for and against, etc. Once they have finished doing that, then they have a second practice. But this time the practice is going to be with the whole class. You're going to divide your group into 2. 1 for and 1 against. Or in this case, boys versus girls, talking about feminism and male rights. Okay, so in this way, your students will get to practice twice. So you need to be very careful with your timing. That is step number 4 and step number 5. And finally, our final step in the lesson. If you still have time after your students have practiced at least twice, you move on to another skill, because at this point they have been learning about language, they have been practicing speaking, reflecting, etc. For the last part of the session, I would recommend having your students write something. It doesn't have to be something really long. Maybe just a paragraph, in this case, considering the things that we can all learn from debating about any topic. What are our skills, or the skills we practice every time we debate? Think about it, teachers. We learn to open up our minds, or we also learn to see a different point of view. We learn about how to defend our own point of view, our own ideas, and to be flexible sometimes. All right, so that is going to be the last part of your session, to wrap it up with a different skill. In this case, I chose writing. And well, teachers, this is the way we do a speaking lesson. I hope this has been useful for you. If it has, please give us a like. Don't forget to subscribe and send us all your questions in the comments, okay? Next video, you choose what topic we're going to see. All right? I expect to see your comments. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.